What is up, guys? Welcome back to Acoustic Sessions. I'm your host, John Covey Cole. We're here at the Flock of Birds production studio. Got my man, Marcus Oglesby here in the studio with me today.
How you doing? Nice to be here, man.
It's good to finally get you up here, brother. We tried to get you on last year, but the stars wasn't aligning.
That wouldn't align, but I knew it'd happen sooner or later.
I did too. Good things come to those who wait, what they say.
There you go. Are you the good thing or am I the good thing?
I don't know. Maybe we're still waiting on it.
We'll be good together.
Maybe it's the guitars. I mean,
absolutely, man. We're going to
I'll go ahead and touch on that real quick, guys.
The dual mustaches.
That we have the same guitar, just a different paint scheme on it. Ain't that pretty cool?
I call mine Groucho.
Mine's EJ.
Awesome. Yep.
It's that's the model number, so I'm not very creative.
I love mine too, man. It's got a great sound
guitar.
Unplugged, but when you plug them in, baby,
that's what blew me away. Because I mean, it was a jumbo. I was like, that's gonna sound good,
right?
Unplugged. Then I plugged it in. I was like, wow.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
If you guys can get your hands on one of those, do it. You won't regret it.
Yeah.
Since I got you in the studio, brother, I'd like to go ahead and ask you a couple questions before we get started.
Fire away,
playing
man.
Some tunes. Other than playing music, is there any other projects that you have going on that keep you busy?
I got tons of stuff going on all the time, man. I mean, music has definitely become my focus, and the band, Creek Don't Rise, is my number one thing right now. It doesn't leave time for a whole lot of other things.
That's a good thing, though.
It is. It's good problems to have. But my other venture is I'm a stand-up comedian, as you know.
Well, you're sit down.
I'm sit down right now. I'm not as funny sitting down, so I'll use that as an excuse.
So you got you.
But stand-up comic, Miles for Smiles comedy is what I go under. But I've got a comedian page on Facebook as well. And
we'll drop that link in the comments. Check them out, guys.
I take that when it comes. I recently headlined at the West Virginia Comedy Festival.
Sweet.
So that was cool. It went great crowd and everything. But unfortunately, like I said, the band takes up most of the time with that. My other venture, which is actually gaining some traction, won't make any announcements or anything yet, but Outdoors with Og. I grew up like just over the hill from you here, and Southern West Virginia, hunting and fishing is a passion with me, especially bow hunting is one of my favorite things in the world. So Outdoors with Og. I have outdoorswithog.com and everything, but it's my way of expressing that and getting that out as well. Yeah. So I'm always dropping new episodes on Facebook and stuff, but there might be some actual things happening.
See, you ain't gonna let too much out the bag.
I ain't gonna let it out the bag.
But keep your eyes open.
It's
guys.
not a deep bag, but
we all got bags. Some of the bags are deeper than
you got to save some of it, right? You
can't let it all out there.
Keep them wanting more, right?
Exactly. You put it all out there at one time.
Right.
Next thing you know, you're John Covey Cole sitting in a studio recording other people. You know what I'm saying?
The last thing I want to do is be overexposed.
Right.
I'm the worst. I'm sure people get sick of me on Facebook, but hey, that's the job.
Hey, brother, you was talking about your comedy stuff there. I know I've seen some stuff on there that had me rolling.
Oh, well, cool, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it coming for you. I know you're into comedy and stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
That's
I haven't done a lot in the last couple of years, but I was pretty involved in the comedy scene.
Yeah.
Never had the cojones, if you will, to do stand-up comedy.
Right. It is a beast. It's a different animal.
It is. It really is. I mean, because I can sit here and shoot the breeze with you and have you giggling.
Right.
But whenever I actually go and put myself in an environment where I've got to make me or break me, you know what I mean?
And it like it's hard.
Yeah.
I charge more for that than I do for music because it's harder, even if it's a shorter time doing it.
Yeah.
To make people to basically force a unnatural reaction, an unnatural physical reaction, such as a laugh. To force that out of someone every few seconds.
That's the hard part.
For 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, I mean, if you could sit there, like I was saying, just talk for a minute to get to your point, that's one thing. But what you and your peers do
You got to make
every
them
couple
laugh
seconds. You got to keep them going.
10 times before you get to the point.
I remember Eddie Murphy Raw was the first stand-up special I seen.
I don't know if it's not my first, but it was big influential.
Well, he's the first one I remember. It might not have been my first either, but he was my first.
Well, Raw, yeah, that was the purple suit, right?
Yeah.
I snuck into the theater. I snuck into Crossroads Theater.
Okay.
And me and Brian Moore, if you know him, I'll give Brian a shout out. We sat beside each other. He was, he was a year younger than me. But I was only like 14. We weren't supposed to be there. But we snuck in and watched Raw.
That was great.
That was great.
That was great. And, of course, Richard Pryor and all them. It's unfortunate what he done, but, Bill Cosby, some of his stand-up stuff.
Well, man,
amazing.
Obviously, sounds like Bill's got some problems.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you this. He is kind of the reason that I wanted to do stand-up as a job. Well, let me say this. Watching him do Bill Cosby himself, which is one of the best stand-up routines of all time. Right.
Ribbits.
Brain damage.
Yeah.
It's all of it.
Great.
That was, when he was sitting there and all those people in that room, that was the first time I realized that people got paid to tell stories. So it was appealing to me then, and there's credit for that. But like I said, Bill's got some issues going on.
Well, I mean, it's just like Michael Jackson. That dude had some issues, but he was good.
Yeah.
What he done, he was good.
And it's it's weird what people are willing to overlook when talent's involved.
But,
to each his own, I guess.
That's a whole other show altogether right there. We had to call Larry King for that one.
Absolutely.
Hey, you mentioned your band, Creek Don't Rise, earlier. I've been in a band, and I'm sure some of you guys out here watching has been in a band. And every band has their own challenges.
Yeah.
For you personally, what is your biggest challenge with your band? Either now or when you built your band or, later on down the road, what has been the biggest challenge for you?
Well, I'll break it down a couple different ways. Musically, like I said, one of the most challenging things is just getting in the mix with everybody, getting our name out, starting out doing everything you can. Work, a lot of freebies, a lot of door gigs.
Was you doing a Rihanna cover just now?
Oh, is that a Rihanna song?
You said work.
I play ignorant. I couldn't even tell you.
You guys, I'm sure somebody
got that. But, you do everything you can to get the name going. So now we're to a point where the name is out there a little bit. Venues and festivals and things are calling us, so we're not having to do as much legwork. But it's still just a lot of work to get booked, to get your name out there, to keep progressing to bigger and better stages.
Yeah.
So that's very challenging. As a band itself, a band meaning a band of people, right?
A marriage, if you will.
Right, it is. It's relationships. And when you have 4 people and sometimes 5 or whatever, that is challenging. And it speaks for itself. I am very fortunate. I love my band members.
That's great.
My bandmates are great. We have a good vibe.
And how long you guys been playing together?
Like I said,
as a band?
I think, as a unit, I'm hesitant to say a year, but the 3 of us, Rebecca, my bass player, Rebecca Harrison, Jerry Lee Brooks, who started the band with me as a duo, and myself, we've been together a year and a half. So then the drummers, we have, we kind of change out drummers here and there. Devin,
I don't know if you've met my drummer. Have you ever met my drummer?
I don't know if I have.
He is a Beat Buddy. I don't know if you've seen him. It's a guitar pedal.
Oh, right. No, I have
Your drummer may end up hating me for this.
No.
The guy's amazing. He never misses me. Always on time for practice.
I was amazed how well you can use the looper pedals and the beat things, man.
It takes some practice.
I bet.
Yeah.
I imagine.
I actually give up on the looper, man, because I got tired of sitting there making my own beat all the time. And half the time, the crowd, they could care less what you're doing. They just want to hear the finished product. They just want to
hear what's coming out.
Yeah.
But, everybody gels really well, man.
That's great.
And, it's nice to be able to count on folks. When I book a gig, I want to know that I got a band that's going to show up with me.
Right.
So I've been really, really happy in that regard. But the challenge is schedules. You got 4 grown people doing different things and side projects and this, that, and the other. And, I stay busy and everything. So just everybody staying focused on trying to make this into something that's the biggest challenge.
That is a big challenge.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple times through the years, and that is number one. The scheduling, and getting everybody. I mean, just because you're ready to ride, wanting to do your thing, don't mean this guy's ready to ride and do his thing.
Absolutely,
and if
man.
you get everybody on the same page, that's awesome.
And then that's great. That's what I'm trying to do. We want to travel. We want to get out, and we're traveling, but we want to just take it as far as we can take it.
Yeah.
And to find people who are both talented and dedicated, but also willing, able to
for me personally, I'm not saying that your bandmates aren't talented. That's not what I'm saying at all. Don't take me the wrong way, guys.
I need to be taken down a peg or two. Anyway,
I would much rather have someone that was dependable than Steve Vai. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. If he doesn't show up, he's not
what good is
right?
it? You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. The other thing I'm very fortunate in is that my band, they're awesome, man, and that so it helps that
I've never got to see you guys live, but I've seen some recordings and stuff. You guys are pretty tight,
man, and it's getting better all the time.
That's
it's
awesome.
Getting better all the time, and the one reason we don't practice very often, but we gig.
That's practice.
3-4 times a week. It's a lot of times. So we stay sharp.
That's key, man. Let me ask you this. I was thinking about this morning when I was trying to come up with a few questions to ask you. The way people are buying music these days has changed. You know, I mean, there's still the CDs out there, but for the most part, it's iTunes, CD Baby. There's numerous ones I could mention. How do you feel as a recording artist about that? Do you prefer the old school, or are you leaning more towards the new school, or are you kind of trying to find a medium in between?
Well, I feel old when it comes to the technology,
right?
Because no matter what you learn, you're already behind.
Yeah.
There's something new every day, so I feel old in that regard. But then again, I wasn't really in the game of selling music before it became digital.
Yeah.
So there's nothing there for me to miss as far
you.
as the business side. This is my first band. So before that, I've been a songwriter for many years. I lived in Nashville for a while and did the songwriting thing. Never really pursued it hard enough to have any success. So I never really sold any music until now. So I think I'm pretty thankful for the technology, especially in getting your music.
It's convenient.
It's
really
very
is.
convenient to get your music out to reach a lot of people when you're at a smaller level. Now I can see the gripe of people when they get to a larger level where they're trying, really making some money and they don't want piracy, and they miss the days of people just buying physical copies.
I hate to say it, but I bought my first CD that I bought in probably 10 years.
Yeah.
About, I don't know, it was a little over a year ago. It was the first time I bought a physical CD in a long, like a new CD, not like a garage sale. Oh, look, Michael Bolton, you take it home with me.
Yeah.
But I actually went out and bought a new CD.
Yeah.
At the time, before I was kind of in the mix of things when Napster and Lars Ulrich started their battle.
Right.
I was like, Lars, you're a prick. We just want to hear the music. Just let them have the music. You know what I mean?
Right.
But now that I see things from the other perspective,
yeah.
I don't care if you are Metallica. $1's $1.
Absolutely,
and
man. And
if you're putting all this time into making money,
yeah, when you create something, you should be paid for it.
You should.
I totally agree with that. And it is hard, I guess, to really regulate or to the digital sales and the web and the cloud. It's really hard to stay on top of all that. So I guess you probably, you're going to end up giving away a lot for free. Now, one thing I kind of like is that the money has shifted over to live concert shows, for larger acts. So people are going out, and that's where they're making the money. They're on tour all the time.
Yeah.
And that's the life, man. That's rock and roll. That's the way you're supposed to be getting paid.
go play 4 or 5 days a week.
By playing your instrument, right? So
Yeah.
I'm down with that. I think it's kind of cool that you can't just sit in a studio for 3 years and then put out an album and expect to be
To be
wealthy.
a superstar.
Yeah. So you got to get out there and get in front of people and get that interaction with the
There's
fans.
not a better feeling out there as a musician. I told myself there, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, that I was done playing out. I was done with, because sometimes people don't show
I
up
remember
and
you
all
kind of
this.
took a break, right?
But I'm back now.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen. I missed it. I mean, you can't get that feeling. I can sit here and record a song and throw it out on the internet, but I'm not going to get that live venue feel if I'm not out there doing it. And
Absolutely. And for folks listening, if you go out and listen to live music, if you want it to be good, give the band some energy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the more you
feed us, we'll feed you. I promise.
Absolutely. After the end of a song, clap. It means the world. The next song will be better. I promise you.
I'll tell you something that happened to me over the weekend. I'm not going to say where I was at. Well, I guess you guys could figure it out when you just look at my
Look at your
Facebook. But I was at a place, and we was playing our set there, and this lady in the crowd, she said, "Can you guys do In Color by Jamie Johnson?" Which is a great song.
Yeah.
but I haven't done it in a long time.
We get asked for that one, and we don't do that one either.
Well, I looked it
for
up on my phone on the spot, and I played the whole song for her. And then that was that. My tip jar still sit there, just as empty as it was before she asked me. Well, I played 2 or 3 more songs, and she hollers out another song. And I can't believe I did it, but I called her out. I was like, listen, no disrespect. You asked me for one song. I played it. There's nothing in the tip jar. You asked me for a second song. It's not going to happen. So,
I hear you, man.
It was just one of them nights.
I feel you. And if we know one, we'll play it. But we won't look one up.
I seen something today where somebody was heckling Bob Dylan about doing Freebird.
Oh, Lord.
And he did it.
Yeah, he broke down and did it. That's good. Good for him. And I'm all for making people happy.
Yeah.
That's
what we're here for.
If we know it, man, we'll do it.
Yeah.
You know? But we do purposely avoid knowing some songs.
Me and Matt Dill was talking about that the first week of the season this year.
Right.
One of the questions I asked him if there was what song it was that people would throw out to him that he did not want to play.
Right. I watched it with Wagon Wheel. Wasn't it?
Well, that was mine.
Oh, okay.
And he said Wagon Wheel, and he had a couple other ones.
Yeah.
But then we proceeded to talk about, if the tip's big enough, we'll play just about anything.
There you go, man. That's if you hand the money, I'll try.
You take care of me, I'll take care of you.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's it. And again, the tip jar is nice. We need,
it does.
We need gas money. It's great, but just energy. Just clap at the end of a song, right?
There's been a lot of shows I had.
Some of these restaurant shows is just kind of quiet,
just background music. It's tough.
It doesn't mind. I don't mind. I mean, I'm going to keep playing anyway.
Right,
the club owner's going to pay me.
If you show me you're having a good time,
if you want a better show, just give me a little bit.
If you show me you're having a good time, I'm going to try that much harder to
Absolutely.
make you have that much better of a time.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've rambled on long enough. I'm sure these guys are tired of hearing us talk about what they're doing wrong.
Anything you want, brother.
That's actually all the questions I got, man. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to play these guys a song.
Let's play them a song.
Let's play some Leonard Skinner. How about it?
Yeah.
Train roll on down the line. Won't you please take me far, far away? I feel the wind blow outside my door, and I'm leaving my woman at home. My baby's gone, Tuesday's gone with the wind, and my baby's gone with the wind. I don't know
baby's gone with the wind, yeah. Train roll on. Train roll on, many miles from my home. I'm riding my blues away. Tuesday, you see, she had to be free. I've got to carry on. Oh, yeah, Tuesday's gone. Tuesday's gone. Gone the wind. Tuesday's gone with the wind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tuesday's gone with the wind. My baby's gone with the wind. Oh, train roll on. Yes, sir. Nice work, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me, bro. Appreciate it. It's fun.
Yeah, man, I love this stuff, dude.
We're sweating to the oldies.
The oldest,
the oldest.
but the goodies.
Right.
There you have it, guys. A little bit of Tuesday's Gone.
Yeah.
That's always fun to do some Skinner.
Right on, man. I've never done that one
Never?
in the band or live at all.
Really?
So that's cool, yeah.
Might have to add that to the arsenal.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to pull that one out on somebody every now and
Yeah.
again. Let's talk a little bit about some shows you got coming up, man. You are a busy cat.
We try to stay busy, man. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Let's see, the 23rd, you're at the Rail Yard in Bluefield, which is a great place if you guys have never been there.
Yeah, we've played there a couple times now.
I'm going to be there in July.
Nice. It's a nice place.
It's nothing against Bluefield, but it looks like it shouldn't be in Bluefield.
Well, it's definitely more modern than most other things in Bluefield,
Yeah,
at least put it that way. Yeah.
It's nice out there. Good people, too.
Oh, yeah. It's really nice, yeah.
And on the 24th, you're going to be at Fayette County's Toast to Summersville.
Yeah, Fayette County. Now, this is not to be confused with Fayetteville or Fayette County here. This is Fayette County, Ohio.
Ohio,
Yeah,
okay.
it's at the airport. It's like, I think it's a balloon festival, a hot air balloon type deal. And,
Sweet. You going to go up while you're there?
No, absolutely not.
No,
Because you know what they say about what goes up.
Let's go
It
down.
must come down. It doesn't say how. No, I'm not too much on heights, man.
Courthouse, Ohio. I don't think I've ever been there.
Washington Courthouse at two.
Washington
Yeah, you got to put that
okay.
together. Yeah, so it's just north of Chillicothe,
And then on
south
the-
of Columbus.
And then on the 25th, you're going to be at Bobby G's in Huntington.
Yeah.
So you're doing a little bit of travel
All
there.
full band gigs, and we've added a keyboard player, Mr. Jonathan Smith. So it will be off the chain. I just came from band practice, which we did a Facebook Live. So look us up, Creek Don't Rise Band on Facebook. You'll see we did a Facebook Live of one of my songs with the band and the keyboard player. Oh, it's great.
Jamming. Huh?
I am so pumped about our sound.
Keys add a whole new element.
Yeah, and he's a masterful organ player. Yeah. It brings the whole sound up to another level, man. So.
I tried to learn how to play the keyboard there a long time ago, and I don't have to pay. I'm a one-noter guy.
Oh yeah, I never.
Some of these guys that go in there and get loose, I'm like,
run. Well, I'll brag on him. He plays 3 boards or 2 or 3 boards at a time.
Is that right?
So he'll be playing bass over here and
wow,
organ here, and he'll have a horn that's set up.
Sweet.
Oh, it's amazing. So really great things coming up, man. And like I said, I wanted to brag on that one, but we've got some other big things later in the year. We're doing Rally on the River in Ironton. It's like
that'll be fun.
Biker festival.
Rally on the River.
Trying to
I
grow
think
it.
that is a pretty big deal, isn't it?
It is a pretty big
Because
deal.
I think I was going to go see Jackal there either the last year or year before last.
They usually have some names there.
Yeah,
so,
that's cool,
we're looking
man.
forward to it, and we'll play. I think we play at like a 6 o'clock spot, so right before somebody.
Somebody might hear you.
I haven't heard. They haven't made the announcements yet, so I don't know.
That's all it takes is that one guy to hear you.
Yeah,
One gal, you know.
Yeah, I hope it's the right one.
And then on the 30th of June, you'll be at the Purple Pig Bar and Grill in Barbersville,
Yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah, that used to be Route 60 down there, but it's changed over to some new ownership, and they were excited to get us in there.
Yeah.
They'd heard us play somewhere else, and so I'm pumped about that one too.
And then the 1st of July, you're going to be in Clendenin Fireworks Festival.
Yeah,
Ooh,
excited about that.
You going to be playing the fireworks after the fireworks, before?
Well, let's see. Actually, I may get to hang around a little bit because we thought we had another gig that night, but it's been moved to the next day.
Okay.
But we're really happy about that one because our song "Creek Don't Rise," which is the name of the band, it's got 217,000 views on Facebook. But it's because it was put to the pictures of the flood from June 23rd, in which my in-laws lost everything and.
Yeah,
Tragedy
my
followed.
grandma's place was wiped out.
Yeah. My in-laws lost everything, and it got rebuilt. But then there was more tragedy and stuff. But it's really catapulted us into a lot of folks, and people. It's moved a lot of people. The song, the video, people write to us on the comments and tell us about it. So I'm really happy every chance we get. We did a lot of flood relief benefits. We did Love, Hope, Rebuild in Charleston. We did Creek Don't Rise, which we weren't. It wasn't named after us, but it was the name of the event, the fundraiser.
Hey, take it where you get it, man.
We went over to Ohio and got a truckload of product,
Right.
chemicals and everything, cleaning supplies, food. Brought all that back to us. So we did a lot, in regard with it. So I'm really happy to be able to help them out again, trying to raise money to rebuild that town.
That is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And let's see, the second, Valstock, Kitzmill, Ohio.
Yeah, Valstock. It's a cool festival, man. It's kind of like a little bitty Woodstock.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a community of folks who are absolutely cool. It's right by a creek on a farm. We've played there.
Hey, let's hope
times.
the creek don't rise.
Hope the creek don't rise. We made that joke when we was there. Luckily, it did. But a lot of cool bands are going to be playing there. It's a whole weekend thing. They got a really cool stage built, like a huge wooden stage. So I'm really excited about that one too. I'm excited about all these gigs, man. Just to be doing this.
I've never played a festival. I was going to schedule to play 2 last year.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the flood you mentioned kind of wiped them off of the map.
Right.
And they're not doing anything this year either, so I guess they're still rebuilding.
Yeah. Well, that's where I want to take us to the next level. I want to get in this festival run to where you're doing festivals and little amphitheaters and theaters and things
Right.
like that. And that's kind of like a next level. Try to get a full schedule of those things, especially during the summer, but even fall and winter festivals too.
Yeah, I would like to get to that point as well. Not sure if it's for the same reasons, but I know you have children, and I do as well.
Right.
And my kids like to see Daddy play.
Yeah.
And I can't bring them to the bar with me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Every now and again, I get to play a show. They're going to come along.
I watched the show with Tony on, and you guys were talking about how
Yeah,
nice it is.
it is,
to have a family friend, and it is cool.
Yeah.
And you don't get those often, so
No,
it's really
take 'em
fun.
when you can.
Absolutely, man.
I ain't got much going on here in the next week or so. Saturday, I'm going to be special guest at the Battle in the Valley, which is a Battle of the Bands at Hidden Valley Golf Course in Glendaniel. They asked me if I'd come down and play during intermission, so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll
Cool.
come play while their guys are setting up. But that's pretty much all I got going on.
Absolutely, man. Just like I said, we're staying pretty busy, and good problems to have. Wearing me out, miles on the car, miles on the road, but man, I love doing it. It's it beats digging a ditch any day.
Don't.
So thank you everybody
I
for
can't
allowing
remember-
me to do it.
I can't remember who it was. It was somebody here recently. We was talking about me playing music and what have you, and some about money come up, and the dude's like, "You get paid to do that?" I was like, "Shoot, yeah, I ain't doing that for free."
Not enough, but yeah,
I get paid. Sometimes it's breadcrumbs, but
Yeah.
anyway, Marcus. Since we know a little bit more about you, could you do us the pleasure of playing one of your songs?
Absolutely.
It don't have to be White Coat Man. It's just whatever you feel like you want to throw on us.
Yeah, I'll throw one out. We'll do something different. I've been doing White Coat Man a good bit here lately. There's plenty of coverage. I'll do something. I want to do one that the band is pretty well known for. We got another video on Facebook. It's got 20,000 some views. Creek Don't Rise Band on Facebook. That's where we do most of our traffic, especially video stuff. We have creekdon'trise.com. You can find all our merchandise, hats, clothes, all kind of stuff. CD is for sale, and you can also listen to some of the music.
But you got any Creek Don't Rise rubbers?
No, I don't have any of those. I assume you're talking about boots.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah, I'm with you. I knew exactly where you was going. That might be in the works soon.
Make a couple phone calls.
Yeah, make a couple calls. We'll get something going. Maybe some hard toe. I don't know. But this song, I wrote this song about that person in your life who, no matter how hard you try, and a friend of mine, we were actually talking about a friend, but then I related it to romance and anything. But it's for that person that just won't let you love them. You're just like, please, just sit back and allow me to care about you. Right? So that's what that song is.
Cool, man. And what's it called?
You Won't Let Me Love You.
Anyway, since you won't let me love you.
All right, man.
Let's do this.
Let's kick it. Baby, I don't want to be the kind of man that you can't trust. Trust me, baby, that was not my plan. My plan's a bust. Say you want me around. You say you don't want no run around town. What am I supposed to do? You won't let me love you. You won't let me love you. You won't let me love you. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Time was you couldn't get enough of this old boy's love. Things was good when things was good, but now, baby, times are tough. You say you want me to stay, then you push me away. What am I supposed to do? You won't let me love you. You won't let me love you. You won't let me love you. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Say you want me around. You say you don't want no run around town. What am I supposed to do? You won't let me love you. You won't let me love you. You won't let me love you. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? You won't let me love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, baby. You won't let me love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, baby. So what am I supposed to do?
That's good stuff, bro.
Yeah,
Like
right,
it.
man. What am I supposed to do?
That's a good jam right there.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And before you went into that, you was talking about the original meaning and then where it went.
Right.
That's what makes a good song.
Yeah.
When someone can get it from 3 or 4 or 5 different ways. You know
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I've got a couple songs where I write them about one certain thing and people come up to me and have a whole other.
You're like, wow. Okay.
That's great. Absolutely.
Yeah, if you could touch somebody, I mean, if it's your feeling or not, if it's somebody else's,
I've got one on my CD, on our CD called Down This Road. And
you still got that for sale?
Yeah, it's still for sale.
Check it out, guys.
On creekdon'trise.com, you can find merchandise and the CD. It's called Creek Don't Rise. It's basically a 6-song original song. Excuse me. And it's on Kunaki.com, but again, you can find it through our website, creekdon'trise.band.com. But I've got a song on there called Down This Road, which I wrote as a theme song about a show for autism. So I wrote the song about autism, but I left it vague so it could apply to many things. So a lady come up to me and she said she had to pull over when she was listening to it and cry because it reminded her of her new relationship.
Really?
And I'm like, that had nothing to do with how I wrote it. So that was great, man.
Yeah.
I moved somebody to tears by accident. That's always good.
Yeah, if you can make somebody cry, I didn't mean to.
Absolutely, man.
Marcus, it was a pleasure having you
Hey,
on, brother.
John, thank you for having me, man.
Let's do it again sometime.
Absolutely, yeah.
Guys, it's been fun this week. Appreciate you guys tuning in. For Marcus Oglesby, the Creek Don't Rise.
Creek don't rise, baby.
John Covey Cole, guys. Until next week, keep on digging. I didn't have my guitar in my hand before I turned it off, did I?
I don't think you did. Keep it down.
Actually, it's
I
your
mean,
edited, you know what I mean?
What would you want?
You did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Clubs and clicks and everybody. Nice catch.
I missed him.
He's there. Get some chopsticks. I get him.
I got it.
It went up to the light.
Yeah, of course you did. I think.
We can do it both ways. Take your breaks on the stage.
On the stage.
To
Just
go
up
on
my
the stage.
guitar, give me a stool. Just
I should have practiced this more. You won't let me love you.
yes, I will.
Oh,
But
will you?
what's the song called?
Oh, who's on first?
Let's get this.
Let's try it.
I got to edit tonight too, so we got to finish.